students, welcome to my channel. In this video, let us learn kinetic theory of gases. Here, first we need to learn Boyle's law and Charles' law and Gay-Lussac's law. So, Boyle's law states that pressure of given mass of gas is inversely proportional to its volume at constant temperature. For example, if gas is taken in a cylinder, this is the one cylinder, it has a movable piston. So this piston can move inside and outside. Here is the gas. So this is the volume of the gas. It can increase or decrease. But if you can maintain temperature of this gas constant, then at constant temperature, pressure is inversely proportional to its volume. So here the condition is temperature should be constant. T is the temperature. This temperature should be constant. If this temperature is constant, then you can say pressure of this gas is inversely proportional to its volume. Right? So from this what we understand, if volume increases, pressure decreases. That is the meaning of this relation. If one increases, other decreases. If volume is doubled, pressure become half. If volume become 3 times, pressure become 1/3. That is the meaning of this relation. Now, if this volume comes to left side, we can write P into V. So, when we write equal in the place of proportionality relation, then it becomes constant. So, P into V is constant. Pressure can change, volume can change, but P into V will be constant always at a constant temperature. If temperature is constant, P into V is always constant. Then we can write pressure can change, volume can change. Then if pressure is P1, volume is V1. Pressure changes to P2, P1 become P2, V1 become V2. But pressure into volume should be constant. Means P1 V1 or P2 V2 always should be constant. So P1 V1 equal to P2 V2 is Boyle's law. Let us draw graph between pressure and volume. So here pressure is taken on y-axis, volume is taken on x-axis. So if volume increases, pressure decreases. So volume increasing means we are going to right side along x-axis, then pressure should decrease, we should come down. So this is the relation for graph between pressure and volume at a constant temperature. Here temperature should be constant, that is what we should remember. This is Boyle's law. Next, Charles' law. So, in Charles' law, if you can maintain pressure of the gas constant. So, how to understand pressure of the gas constant? So, these gas molecules will apply force on the piston outside. Outside air particles will apply force on the piston inside. If this piston is always at rest, so we can say inward force equal to outward force and inward pressure equal to outward pressure. Pressure is nothing but force upon area. Force by area is the pressure. So the pressure will be same if the piston is at rest or if the piston moves with uniform velocity. Uniform velocity means acceleration 0. Acceleration 0 means resultant force 0. So force 0 means inward force and outward force should be equal again. So whether this piston is at rest or moving with uniform velocity, then you can say pressure of the gas is constant. That is same as outside pressure. Outside pressure is atmospheric pressure. So now anyhow, if you can maintain pressure of the gas constant, then Charles' law states that volume of the gas, given mass of the gas, is directly proportional to its absolute temperature at a constant pressure. So pressure should be constant here. If pressure is constant, volume is directly proportional to absolute temperature. So what is the meaning of absolute temperature? The temperature measured in Kelvin is called absolute temperature. The temperature measured in Kelvin is absolute temperature. So temperature must be written always in Kelvin. So V is directly proportional to T. From this we can write V by T. If T comes to left side, V by T equal to, when we write proportionality relation as equal, then we can write as a constant. So V by T is a constant. Volume can change, temperature can change. If temperature increases, volume increases. If temperature is doubled, volume will be doubled. If temperature is tripled, volume will be tripled. That is the meaning of this relation. This equation is valid when pressure of the gas is constant. So now here we can write volume can change, temperature can change, but volume by temperature is constant. So let us write volume changes to V1, temperature changes to T1. Volume changes to V2, temperature changes to T2. But the volume upon temperature should be constant. Means same always. So V by T, V by T. V1 by T1 equal to V2 by T2. This is Charles' law. Now let us draw the graph between volume and temperature. So volume is taken on y-axis, temperature is taken on x-axis. So this relation is nothing but directly proportional linear relation. It is the equation of straight line. So we get the graph straight line passing through origin. So anyhow here it is origin. Origin means temperature 0. 0 Kelvin. This temperature should be written always in Kelvin. So here 0 Kelvin. So 0 Kelvin is not practically possible. So theoretically we are drawing the graph till 0. Otherwise practically will not get up to 0. 0 Kelvin. Next, so Gay-Lussac's law. According to this, we can say here pressure of the given gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature when volume is constant. Here we need to keep volume constant. So it is easy to understand. We can keep volume of this gas constant by fixing the piston. Piston should not move outside or inside. If the piston is fixed, then volume is constant. Then if this temperature of this gas increases, pressure also increases linearly. If temperature is doubled, pressure will be doubled. That is the meaning of this relation. Again, if temperature comes to left side, we can write P by T equal to constant. Then P1 by T1 equal to P2 by T2. Then we can draw the graph between pressure and temperature. So pressure is taken on y-axis, temperature is taken on x-axis. So P is a directly proportional relation. This relation, whenever you find, we can draw the graph straight line passing through origin. This is a graph. Here we can say volume is constant. For this graph, volume is directly proportional to temperature at constant pressure. So here pressure is constant. If pressure is constant, then only graph will be straight line passing through origin. Next, Dalton's law of partial pressures. So Dalton's law of partial pressure states that pressure of the mixture of the gases is equal to the sum of partial pressures. For example, if you take certain a cylinder or a closed vessel of certain volume V, volume of this gas in this container is V. Now one gas is taken into this container. So the first gas will exert a pressure P1 in this volume V. Now first gas is removed, second gas alone is taken in the same volume V. Second gas is also taken alone. First gas is removed. So alone second gas is filled here in the same volume V. The second gas will apply a pressure P2. So P2 is the pressure applied alone by second gas when occupied by the volume V. P1 is the pressure exerted alone by first gas when occupied by the same volume V, and so on. Now at the last we mix all these gases. First, what gas is taken here to exert pressure P1. So like that, all those gases are mixed and taken in the same volume V. Now within this volume, all N gases are taken. The mixture of the N gases will exert a pressure P when occupied by the same volume V. So the pressure of mixture of the gases is equal to the sum of partial pressures. This is Dalton's law of partial pressure. Next, Avogadro's law. So Avogadro's law states that you take any type of gas at same temperature and pressure, equal volume of any gas will contain equal number of molecules. Means for all type of gases, if temperature and pressure are equal, so equal volume of any gas will contain equal number of molecules. And from that it is derived 1 mole of any gas will contain same number of molecules. That number is called Avogadro number. So it is 6.023 into 10 power 23 number of molecules per mole. In 1 mole, the number of molecules of any gas is 6.023 into 10 power 23. That number is called Avogadro number, represented by Na. So this is the number of molecules in 1 mole. So in 2 moles, how many molecules will be there? So double of this, 2 into this number. So number of molecules in 3 moles into this. So N is total number of molecules. In 1 mole, this number. In 2 moles, 2 of this. In mu moles, mu into Na. Na is the number of molecules in 1 mole. So number of molecules in 2 moles will be 2 Na. Number of molecules in 3 moles will be 3 Na. So number of molecules in mu moles, mu into Na. So N is the total number of molecules, mu is the number of moles. Na is Avogadro number. Then we can write mu equal to N upon Na. So this is the one formula you can use for number of moles. Number of moles equal to number of molecules, total number of molecules divided by Avogadro number. We have another formula also for number of moles, that is mass upon molar mass. Mass upon molar mass also can be used for number of moles. This symbol is mu. So mu is used for number of moles. So sometimes you can write number of moles with N also. N also can be taken for in the place of mu. Next, ideal gas. So now all these gases which are present, generally these are real gases. We call these gases as real gases. But ideal gas is the gas which obey all the gas laws at all temperatures, pressures and volume. So the gas which obeys all the gas laws at all conditions, that is called ideal gas. So real gases do not obey all the gas laws at all conditions. Then under what condition the real gas behave as ideal gas? Temperature should be high and low pressure. So real gas behave as ideal gas at low pressure and high temperature. Right? Now let us derive ideal gas equation. So let us take a gas in a cylinder with pressure P1, volume V1, temperature T1. So now let this gas undergo a process in which pressure, volume, temperature might change, But first step, let us take here temperature remains constant T1. So pressure changes from P1 to P2, then volume changes to from V1 to V. Next step, let us take this gas will undergo a process where pressure remains constant, P2 remains constant, volume changes from V to V2, temperature changes to T2. In the first step, here temperature is taken constant. Then we can apply Boyle's law. If temperature is constant, Boyle's law states that P1 V1 equal to P2 V2. So P1 V1 equal to P2 V2. V2 is nothing but V. So pressure into volume is constant. So here pressure into volume is P1 V1. Here pressure into volume is P2 V. That is constant, means equal. From this we get V equal to P1 V1 upon P2. Similarly, in second step, pressure is constant. If pressure is constant, we can apply V by T is constant. Volume is directly proportional to temperature, Charles law. So we can apply V by T constant. So V upon T1 equal to V upon V means V to T2. So V1 by T1 equal to V2 by T2 is the formula. Here V1 means V. So this is the process. From this again we can write V. So V equal to T1 V2 divided by T2. So we got V from both equations. From these two, as V we can equate right hand side. So equation becomes P1 V1 upon P2 equal to T1 V2 upon T2. So if P2 goes to right side, this T1 will come here, then equation can be written P1 V1 upon T1 equal to P2 will come here. So P2 V2 upon T2. So from this what we can write is P1 V1 by T1 equal to P2 V2 by T2 means what we understand is pressure into volume by temperature. Pressure into volume by temperature is constant. So simply we can write PV by T is constant. Pressure into volume by temperature is constant. So this constant, if you calculate practically, this value is coming some value that is written as capital R. The constant is taken as capital R, represented by capital R. Then PV equal to RT. So here R is constant. It is called universal gas constant. Universal gas constant. Its value, R value 8.3. 8.3 joule per mole Kelvin you will get. Because this R value 8.3 for 1 mole. So this is the equation written for 1 mole. So for mu moles, this equation can be written PV equal to mu RT. Mu is the number of moles. So PV equal to mu RT is the ideal gas equation. Now this mu can be written as we have mu has different formulas. Let us write mu as mass upon molar mass. So PV equal to mu can be written mass upon molar mass into RT. Then this equation becomes PV equal to M into capital R by capital M is taken as small r. Small r is the specific gas constant where small r is nothing but capital R upon M. Small r is nothing but capital R upon capital M. Right? Next, one more modification we can do. This ideal gas equation PV equal to this mu can be written N upon Na also. So N upon Na into RT. So then this equation can be written PV equal to N into R by Na is nothing but Boltzmann constant Kb. Kb is the Boltzmann constant. PV equal to N kBT is also ideal gas equation. So these are different forms of ideal gas equation. This is the basic equation. PV equal to mu RT is the ideal gas equation. It can be also written as PV equal to M RT small rt. and the PV equal to N kBT. Here small r is specific gas constant, N kb is Boltzmann constant. Small r can be written, small r is nothing but capital R upon capital M. Here kb is nothing but R upon Na. R is universal gas constant. Capital R value 8.31 or 8.3 can be taken. So units will be joule per mole Kelvin.